I've generated 67 sales calls in the last 30 days using LinkedIn. And in this video, I'm going to cut all the BS. I'm going to go straight to the point. I'm going to explain to you step by step how you can do the same in under 10 minutes. So basically, on LinkedIn, one of the core strength of the platform is the fact that you can find people who are already interacting with other creators, other companies, and other type of content that are related to what you have to sell. So let's say that you are a marketing agency focusing on Google Ads, for example. Let's say you work with local businesses. Well, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of different agencies just like yourself on LinkedIn already posting content about Google Ads or Meta Ads or TikTok organic for local businesses. And every single person who's going to interact with this kind of content, meaning liking, commenting, following these pages, are probably interested in this kind of services. So you don't have to find direct competitors. You can find indirect competitors as well that are talking to the exact same audience. And on LinkedIn, you have a limit of 100 connection requests a week. Your goal should be before Tuesday night, adding 100 people to your connection lists by adding only the people who interacted with this type of content. So you can create a Dream 100 list. As you may be familiar already, you just open up a Google Sheet and add like 100 names of people talking to the exact same audience as you are on LinkedIn already. And every Monday, you're just going to open up those profiles and start adding to your connection requests people who are interacting with their posts. So once you've done that, now you should start seeing dozens of new potential prospects added to your LinkedIn followers and also your LinkedIn connections. Now, of course, you should 100% be posting content, valuable content around your topic. But what you want to do here is start engaging with those prospects via the DMs. And the big difference between cold email and LinkedIn, in my opinion, is that on LinkedIn, automations tend to not work as well as cold email because cold email, it's a volume game. If you just ramp up volume and you have a good enough strategy, a good enough lead list, and your deliverability is right, you should be fine. But on LinkedIn, the KPIs, I mean, if you just automate everything, it's just not going to make sense because you cannot send over 20 or 30 DMs a day in an automated way before seeing your account getting shut down most of the time. It's not always the case, but I've seen this happen many, many times. So what I suggest, and this is what we do, is doing this 100% manually. Now, when I say manually, I mean you don't have a template DM. You're not copy pasting anything. You're going to visit your prospect profile and you're going to find a relevant thing to say to them to engage the conversation. You're not even pitching your service. You're just asking them about their service, their company, or something you've seen them post on the platform. Once you engage the conversation, then you can say, hey man, or hey woman, I've seen that you've liked, commented, followed this page about this current topic. Are you interested in that? Have you tried using this method to acquire clients? Have you, worked with someone before around this service, and just see what this person is going to respond to you. Once the person responds, usually they're interested in this in some way because you've only added people who interacted with this kind of content. You should ask them about their problems, their bottlenecks, what's preventing them from having success with that method. Let's say you're using your Google Ads agency. Ask them, have they tried Google Ads? If yes, how many leads they've generated? What's the cost per lead? Have they been able to convert those leads into paying clients? If not, why? What was the biggest bottleneck? Once you figure out what's their biggest problem, what's the biggest bottleneck, I usually recommend using sales assets. So I prefer YouTube as my sales asset library. If you go watch my recent YouTube videos, I just started this channel. We're just posting valuable tutorials on how to use LinkedIn and YouTube as your acquisition channel. So when I reach out to someone on LinkedIn, they say, for example, hey, yeah, I've tried sending DMs on LinkedIn, but I'm not getting any replies. I'm going to send them a YouTube video of myself explaining how to use the LinkedIn DMs to actually get replies and prospects and booked calls in your calendar. All right. So you should do the same. You should have valuable YouTube videos or sales assets in the form of PDFs, Gamma Docs, or anything you want that you can send to your prospects based on the different problems and bottlenecks and constraints that they have when they try to use the methods, the mechanism that you're selling. So if you're a YouTube agency, you should have sales assets on how to create thumbnails, how to ideate, how to script your videos, how to film your videos, and all that good stuff, right? Once you send the sales asset, you should then follow up with that person a couple of days later, ask them if they have any follow-up questions, and then position your sales call as being a valuable call where you're going to share with them different tips and tricks that they can use to actually get results with the mechanism that you're selling. And at that point, you had a valuable conversation with a human being. It's been 100% personalized. You should be answering pretty quickly on LinkedIn. If someone sends you a message or answers your DM, you should be very reactive if you actually want to get results with this. You provided value by sending them a video or sales asset around the topic that is actually preventing them from getting results with the mechanism that you're selling. So now, not only is it going to be way easier to pitch a sales call, but on top of that, when that person is going to get on a sales call with you, you know that they're 100% qualified because they're looking to get that mechanism working for their business. You know that that person has the bottleneck. You provided value. They're nurtured. So now it's way easier to close those sales calls. And we're currently getting sales calls booked from LinkedIn and cold email, as well as inbound from YouTube and LinkedIn. And what we've noticed is that our calls coming from LinkedIn using this strategy close at a higher percentage. On the last 30 days, it's been like a 35% close rate from our LinkedIn DMs calls, while from cold email it's been around 20%. And I think the reason is that we actually get people on the call that have an issue with making the mechanism work or are at least interested in that, and we provided them with value using our YouTube channel. I hope this was clear enough. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. We also have other videos on the channel explaining how to do this process step by step. Let me know if you have any questions, or I'll leave a link below this video in the description to book a free consultation with myself if you want to discuss how you can implement this in your business.